These have got to be the weirdest, most unique wheels I have ever ridden. The thing is, they just look like normal road wheels, but they're far from it. There's one thing that really separates these wheels from anything else. No.6 sent me their flagship wheels to test out, and I'm just going to add a little disclaimer and a spoiler here. No.6 did send me their wheels, but they're not paying me, and I did say it would be an honest review, as I would do with any other product. And of course I found things I didn't like, but these wheels actually turned out to be my favourite wheels ever. So, let's get into it. No.6 are a new wheel company, only started last year in 2023, out of Singapore. And their wheels stand out for a few reasons. The key ones being that they are gigantuanly... Is that a word? Gigantuanly? Gigantuan. They're flipping what? They're very, very, very wide. And they're extremely light with a claim weight of 1,260 grams in a 45/50mm depth. As well as this, they come with carbon straight pull spokes, ceramic bearings, and a hub machined out of a single piece of aluminium. And oh yeah, the front wheel is wider than the rear. So I've got some questions that need answering. Let's go chat to boss man himself. Yo, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Harry?
I'm good, man. So I guess the first question is, why so wide? Obviously we see wider wheel sets becoming a trend, but these are like stupidly wide. Why?
Everyone's talking about aerodynamics, right? So I think when you get deeper into aerodynamics, it becomes very marginal gains. So when we think about how we can save energy in other ways, when we think about the vertical chatter, right? When you think about vertical harmonics, there are a lot of power loss when someone is trying to struggle with the road, fighting with the vibration. So we are thinking, how do we make a 28 tire feel like a 30 or 30 feel like a 34? So by widening the inside, the width, it makes the tire go between 6% to 14% wider. So that gives you lighter weight and you get vibrations and dampening ability of a wider tires.
Obviously the wheels are wide, but you've chosen to go wider in the front than in the rear. Why?
So with the wider profile in the front, when you look at the way the rims are, it's not like V, it's actually a U shape. So the wider profile making a U shape, it actually battles the crosswind, handles the crosswind very well. When we were developing this, we had two very diverse audience that we're thinking about. One is the everyday athlete who is, looking for more comfort, and the second tier is actually the advanced elite athletes who are looking into like crit racing, where you enter in the corner at the very last minute and then accelerate out fast.
Nice. Obviously a big talking point about these wheels is they're stupidly light. 1,260 grams for a 45/50 is not normal. How do you get them so light?
It boils down to the hubs. The hubs, the carbon spokes. Yeah, the carbon spokes are able to be like 20%, 30% lighter than steel spokes. So that saves a lot of weight. The hub is a one-piece CNC aluminum. So it's very, very light. We have done a few layers of like hard anodize to sort of like thicken it so that the tolerance is very minimal. It's lesser than 0.02 millimeter. So because the hubs itself, the two hubs together is 270 grams.
That's light. Oh yeah, and you've gone for straight pull spokes instead of another pattern. Why?
The strongest part of a carbon spoke is actually when it's either pull or push. So that's where we try to play it at its strongest. Instead of why it's straight pull is because there were incidents where you have seen races where some of the racers upon impact the spokes delays from the hub. So we want it to be straight pull to give extra security and safety for the riders in event of a crash.
And coming on to the company, why the name No.6? What does No.6 mean? Why not number 1 or number 7?
Number 6 is a very auspicious number in the Eastern culture, especially like Chinese, right? So number 6 means everything is smooth sailing. It's a lucky, auspicious number. And when you say someone is number 6, Lao Liu, means he's a very OG, like an old guy who's been in the trade for a long time. So I mean, number 6 means it's very smooth sailing, lucky. And then the other thing that was coincidental was 6 is the atomic number of carbon.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And it's something we work day in, day out with. It's all in carbon. So I think that's perfectly matches what we want to do with the company.
Nice. Mate, thanks for that. I'll chat to you soon, bro.
Thank you.
Right, that's enough talking. Let's crack this box open and see what's inside. Obviously, yes, a pair of wheels, but you know what I mean. I whacked open the box and very, very, very nearly stabbed the wheels with a kitchen knife because that's what we do in London. We're okay. Wow, that is light. And I could sit here and talk about how nice they were packaged and this and that. You don't care, you just want to hear the free hub sound, and I don't blame you. Oh, that's nice. The Free Hub is a 36 tooth ratchet system, but they also offer a 45 tooth ratchet system as an upgrade. This is a GP 5000 28mm. Look at that. And this is on my current L setup. These are L's own brand wheels. They're very, very wide already for 28mm. This is internal. That is crazy. So claim weight 1,260 grams with rim tape. This has got valve caps and stuff on. So yeah, only one thing to do now. Let's weigh them. Whoppa! My Lord Jesus. Okay, so front one is weighing in at 680 grams. This one we'll just try and put. Well, is it gonna stay? Ooh. It's gonna stay, and that is 1,285 grams. So a little bit over, but you know, with wheels and stuff like this, bikes, it's plus or minus a few, and it has got valve caps on it as well. But that is still stupid light. Right, time to get these boys set up. And now here is where I did run into some issues. The tyres were surprisingly easy to get on, just with my hands, no tyre levers needed. And they also inflated really well as well. There was no CO2 crotches needed, there was no air leaking, none of that. Yeah, it's working. That's massive. That looks very, very comfortable. The wheel's still stupidly light. And the tyres actually look pretty good with the tan as well. Right, so the issue I had with these wheels is a little hard to explain and even harder to show you because I got so caught up in trying to solve the problem. I actually forgot to record it, but I'll try and explain it the best that I can. Right, the issue was these two bits here. This is a flat shape here, it's just flat. This bit here, it drops down this side, and on the other side it drops down that side. And the problem was, this is supposed to stay in place when you're screwing this on, but as I was screwing this on, this was also turning with it as well, and it wouldn't stay still. I tried everything. Like physically, it won't. You're gonna break it. So I had to duct tape it, and then it worked. Yeah, that was the only issue I had with it. Right, I've got these sick wheels. Now I need a sick bike I can put them on. Right, let's go test these out. So, unfortunately I don't have a wind tunnel, nor have these wheels been put in a wind tunnel, so apart from feel, I can't tell you how these wheels size up to other ones in terms of aero, but I can do other testing. Right, as soon as I left, the first thing I noticed was just how comfortable this tyre and wheel combination was. It felt like I was just on a sofa. They were eating up, devouring all the road buzz that I would usually get. So I actually started riding through the worst possible surfaces I could find on purpose, such as these cobblestones. No problem. Here's my mate telling me to avoid this pothole, and here's me riding through it with a smile on my face. So in terms of comfort, I'm giving these a 9 out of 10. Right, next I wanted to see how these wheels handle downhill and in crosswinds. So I picked an off-camber exposed hill with a bend on a pretty windy day. And honestly, I was actually so impressed that I did it again. But this time I wanted to see if I could do it one-handed, which is kind of stupid to be honest. Because if it didn't work out, I'd probably end up in hospital, so this was actually kind of stupid. And yeah, well, I'm making this video, which means I'm not in hospital, so I guess something went right. Next, I wanted to see what it would be like in corners, and honestly, it's kind of changed my life, and I don't think I could go back to 28s anymore. I'm gonna give these wheels overall for handling a 9 out of 10. These are simply the best wheels I've ever ridden in terms of handling. Right, next was a real-life stiffness test, as I don't have one of those crazy wheel stiffness measurement thingy-majiggy bobbies, whatever they're called. And yeah, they feel stiff and accelerate well. There's not much else I can say about that. They're pretty rapid uphill, it feels like. And next, well, this isn't necessarily a test, but since I had tyres that blow up to 33.8mm, I figured I could definitely run them off-road a little. And just like on the road, they felt really comfortable. Most gravel wheels aren't this wide, so you could definitely run these on a full gravel setup, on a gravel bike, and have an absolute field day with them.
Oh shit. Bloody hell. Oh my god. Bad idea. This is not the best idea, but this is how I clean my wheels sometimes.
And in terms of aero, are they faster? Well, like I said, they haven't been in a wind tunnel, so I have no idea. Do they feel faster? They definitely feel fast, but they don't feel faster or slower than other wheels in the same depth. So in terms of aero speed rating, unfortunately I can't score these because I have no idea. But they do look badass, so I'll give these wheels an 8 out of 10 on looks, 9 out of 10 if they had more white decals. And in terms of price, I'd say they're extremely reasonably priced at 1,540 USD, so that's £1,228.56. So I give these wheels an 8 out of 10 on pricing. They were also nice enough to give you a cheeky discount code. I'll put that in the description down below. So just to sum everything up, I'd say these are an extremely versatile pair of wheels, not just because you could use these for both gravel and road, but also because they are both for racers and your everyday rider. So the pros, super comfortable with the right tyres, stiff, very light, fantastic handling, good price, Good all-rounder wheel. Cons, no aero data, and the valve, but that might have just been me being an idiot, so we're going to leave that one out. This is the first video I've actually put a lot of time and effort into, and I hope to make many more of them, so let me know what you did or didn't like, and thanks for watching. That sounds so cheesy. Thanks for...
Free hub sound.
Ah, fuck it, I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving that in as well, why not?